response to the world. What's the dinner now, man? It should play upon the man. First and foremost, all praise be to the Most High God. Gotta keep that out there. Gotta keep that out there like an Ali jab. All praise be to the Most High God. Without the blessings, protection, and correction of the Most High God, where would we be? Honestly, realistically, that's all I'm asking. Well, where would we be without the covering of the Most High God? And to people who are agnostic, or to the atheist population out there, it's all love. Salute to y'all. Y'all may prefer to believe this or to not believe that, but me and the individual that I am, and the studies that I have done over the course of many years, have led me to believe that there's something out there of higher intelligence that has strategically designed and put into motion everything that we are experiencing. Now, the question is this experience that we call life, could it possibly be a simulation? Think about it. Could this be a simulation? We see movies like The Matrix and a few other movies that talks about this experience actually being a simulation, and it feels real because your mind makes it real. How could your mind make something feel real? Have you ever had a wet dream? You ever been asleep and you ejaculate and you're like, whoa, man, that was, your mind can make things real. Your mind can perceive things in a fashion to where it seems like it's actually reality. As some of you may know that have done some studying, they have created an AI system. This AI system that they created, they made the avatars autonomous to where they think freely and they move on their own. They have their own minds. Within a short period of time, this AI system created another AI system that think is just as real as the AI system that created that AI system, and they all think they're real. We came here from something or somebody put us here. Some people believe that's why they call this realm of existence that we exist in a planet, because we were planted here. Not trying to get too deep into that. I pose a question for anybody that would like to expound upon it, or drop a comment in the chat, or Soranios/Southsiders races. JG, peace and blessings. Thank you for the birthday well wishes. Gregory McLaughlin, thank you as well for the birthday well wishes. Thank you for continuously tapping in for the tap in, coming over here, kicking in and chopping game with your player partner. But that's the question. Let's get into that. Can we get into that? Are Soranios racist? Southsiders or Southsiders racist? That's what I wanted. That's what I want to ask. And I want y'all to be honest with me, because you have certain Soranios that come on and say, no, we're not racist. I'm cool with blacks. We know you're cool with blacks to a certain degree. Until that call comes from up top to say, no more being cool with blacks. Attack blacks. Get cracking on blacks. So are Soranios racist? Even if we put their politics, procedures, and protocol that's rooted, most of them are rooted in discriminatory practices against blacks. Even if we analyze and look at their alliances, their main alliance is with the Aryan Brotherhood. Is the Aryan Brotherhood racist? Or is the Aryan Brotherhood is cool with being coexisting with blacks? That's the question. They have aligned themselves with some of the most racist individuals in the United States of America. They began to adapt and adopt some of their racist stances against blacks. Because watch this. They say, I'm not racist. I chill with blacks and do this and do this and do that with blacks. But in prison and in a correctional institution, what's the first thing that we do? The first thing that they do is separate themselves from us. We can't eat at their tables. We can't eat with them. We can't give them anything that's open. We can't share the same sink, same toilets. Man, that's reminiscent of the Jim Crow era. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong. I can understand the Caucasians, the whites, pushing this anti-black agenda. I understand it. Look at the history between us and them. Going way back, way back, back in the time. You understand what I'm saying? I can understand the Caucasians or the Aryans pushing that anti-black rhetoric. I can understand that. But what I can't understand is how the Mexicans continuously fall victim to the subterfuge, desiring and looking for preferential treatment from the whites. Even in the correctional institutions before, the Hispanics had yards and all that. The BGF and blacks had yards and, you know what I mean, places to chill and congregate at, so on and so forth. But it was a point in time that the Hispanics didn't. And then they opened up, or they was open to having a relationship with the whites. And it's a rumor that the whites gave them their first yard. And to show their gratitude, they embrace their philosophies, their policies, procedures, and protocols rooted in anti-blackness. We don't want to chill with the blacks. We don't want to eat with the blacks, but y'all come from the same communities as the blacks. Watts, Compton, South Central, certain parts of East Los. But when they start pushing that agenda that they embrace from their allies, their Caucasian Aryan allies, then that's when you see a split. In the early 90s, head person from the Mexican mafia, I believe in San Gabriel Valley, had called various barrios together. And he said, we have to stop going after each other. We have to start going after the blacks. We have to attack the blacks. The blacks have the money. The blacks have the crack. We got to monopolize the drug game. We got to get the blacks out of here. Me personally, I feel like it was a political move that was rooted in racism. Think about it. The blacks was doing what? Driving 6-4s and all type of crazy whips and all this and all that. Big chains and all this, and looked like celebrities. So much so that a lot of Mexican women were leaving their racist upbringing, their anti-black upbringing, to go and procreate with black guys, because the black guys had the money. They looked like celebrities. Especially when the big homies was getting out the pen and they was cut up and all that, and he come home and some other homies put him on, and now he looking like a black demigod. Cut up, buff, fly chains, fly car, and they looking like, ooh, look at him. Black goddess. Black gods, excuse me, the goddesses are women, but black gods. And they desired that. They wanted to possess that. They wanted to indulge in that various shades of chocolate. And they opened up and they began to produce these biracial babies. So the question is, let's jump into the comments real quick. Indigenous by Blood says, understand we were delusional to make people the same as us. Let me back it up, rewind it. I understand we were delusional to make people the same as us, were the only ones push black and brown, one-sided delusion. I don't understand that, Kim, folks, forgive me. And I thought I was reading it wrong. But can you further elaborate or elucidate? Because the brother Indigenous says, I understand we were delusional to make people the same as us, were the only ones push black and brown, one-sided delusion. GD, what's the dinner there? That's my player partner from Diego, man. East Diego Mob. Shout out to East Diego Mob. Shout out to East Diego Mob. He said, top of it, bro. RS says, that's why El Monte don't like blacks. Some reason LA gangs in West Covina neighborhood crip used to sell out there and take their women. This is the truth. Let me highlight that. Because at the root of a lot of racism is a black man's sexual reproduction organ. That's why a lot of times in a lot of situations when they are people, they're cut off their genitalia and they're consuming. This is real, man. Study history. They wanted that. And a lot of brothers, you know, like myself, I'll be like, man, I'm medium. You know what I'm talking about? I'm cool. I'm medium. But my medium to a Caucasian woman or to a Hispanic woman is muka buka. You know what I'm talking about? What I consider to be medium or average, and I'm talking about my sexual reproduction organ, to Latinas and to certain Caucasian women, shit, I'm packing. You don't believe me? Man, I'm telling you from experience. Man, I done had sex with Hispanic women and they be like, man, she for real. You know what I'm saying? But they don't get that for majority of their men. The size, the girth, the length of our sexual reproduction organs is different from a lot of other reasons. Imagine being with a woman that you can't sexually satisfy and she want to go get that from that brother. And every time that brother get up in there, she feels sensation she ain't never felt, like she only feel when she with that brother. And that brother getting wearing it out, dogging it out, and all she think about is this brother. It's a true story. Listen, man, I had this amazing Latina, and she was married. She used to leave with her husband, come down the alleyway, creep in there with me, and beg me for my things, man. Nigga, I'm telling you what's real, man. Y'all don't understand what I'm telling y'all, man. This is deep. A lot of racism comes from not blacks being or fitting the false narrative or giving the false depiction of what we are that's rooted in anti-blackness. Oh, they're lazy, they're this, they're that. Why the fuck we lazy? And we come to these warehouses, we outwork all y'all. Because you know what y'all do? Y'all give blacks the hardest tasks to do, and we knock it out. Boop, bop, 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 bop. So how could we be lazy? How could we be lazy? And we built the infrastructure of this country that some of y'all are so enamored and enamored with that you come in here illegally. But getting back what I'm saying, man, a lot of this should be envy. People are envious. They're jealous. Especially when you can't satisfy your woman. Oh, man, please, God, don't never let me be in a situation like that. That'll hurt my pride as a man. I mean, y'all talk to me, I'll talk back. Imagine it's a guy out there that fulfills your woman's every sexual need, every sexual desire. But you can't. How'd that make you feel? Listen, man, I got problems. I shouldn't even be broadcasting on certain things, but it's all good. I got problems with this eye right here. I'm gonna keep it a buck with you because I fuck with you. But I would rather lose vision in this eye than lose my erection. You understand what I'm saying? This is real. A black man's sexual reproduction organ is hated all over the world. And it ain't you that they really hate. They hate your penis. You may not know how much value you hold. You may not know what you're packing and carrying. Man, you have something that can destroy individuals' ethnic groups if you procreate with their women. You procreate with their women, they lose who they are for 3 generations. 3 generations gone just because you. And she, I ain't Poppy, you know, you come on, man. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I ain't the only one that. You know what I'm talking about? But they hate that. They don't like that. When people want to know, so what's the root of it? What's the problem with the black and the Hispanic people? What's the problem? What is the origin of the problem? The origin of the problem is jealousy. Oh, they don't believe me. They don't believe Bobby Ye. You don't believe Bobby Ye? No, they don't believe Bobby Ye. So shall I give you my evidence? This is Exhibit A. I'm going to give you Exhibit A. And this is a black Southside that comes on and say, yeah, they're jealous of us. It's a jealousy thing. But why are they jealous of you? Because of things that you naturally have the ability to do. Jump a little higher, run a little faster, swing a little, quicker, and just your genetic makeup and what it is that makes you. You're more explosive. When we get in those intimate settings and she's ready, her body is screaming for the semen. And tonight, you're going to be her sex team. And you come to slay. You don't come to play. And she's wide open. She's anticipating this. She's anticipating this so much that her body is already, she ready. She ready. She wet. She's steaming. And she ready. Let's get it home. This is the truth. I'm telling you what's real. But I'm gonna show you the content. Snoop Will Pop says the title takes me back to 99, right before 2000 with the Y2K. But it's true. We're gonna get to that. I promise you, we're gonna get to that. Because you know what I mean, it's layers to it. I promise you we're gonna get to that. We're just talking about what's I stay over here in the Eagle Traces, man, and these jets, I stay literally across the street from Nellis Air Force Base. To all of you who know about the Eagle Traces, that's where I stay at. To all these guys that want to fight me, oh my God, I want to fight Bobby Gay. Eagle Traces, come there. And you're going to get your issue, bucko. You are going to get your issue. But, you know, getting to something else. Beautifully Black says she's ready spaghetti. Yeah, she is. Like, this is the truth. But let's get into this content for me to prove that it is racism rooted in jealousy and envy. Exhibit A. This is a Black Southsider who suffered from cognitive dissonance. And I'm going to give you 2 points from this video. Come on, man. You got to tap in for the tap in, man. All right, so we're going to start here. Then we're going to go to 148 in this video. Let it rip.
That don't have no real love for you. They grew up in areas such as his where they don't have really any black fools, and when they do, there's always a certain sense of jealousy and a camaraderie in the hate of certain people. Now, is where they don't have really any black.
So he says, essentially what the brother's talking about, that there are Soreños who grew up in communities, cities, that don't have a lot of black people there. So they are jealous towards blacks, and then they basically get other people. When he says camaraderie, that means fellowship. They get other people to join in fellowship with them in their anti-blackness, whether it's Crip blood or Black Southsiders. And what they do, they strategically use their influence to send some of the Black Southsiders on missions, suicide missions, torpedo missions, basically just get them off the yard. Let's get back into the content. Check this out.
End of the day, you will run into individuals that don't have no real love for you. They grew up in areas such as his where they don't have really any black fools, and when they do, there's always a certain sense of jealousy and a camaraderie.
Pause, and we're going to run that back. I just want to make sure that you all are hearing the exact same thing that I am hearing, and I know a lot of this is open to your own personal interpretation. But did he not just say that they grew up in areas that don't have a lot of blacks, and when they run into blacks, they have, you know, jealousy towards them, and they want camaraderie and disliking these blacks? Is it true or false? Because this brother tried to retract and say, oh no, I was talking about you black fools. Y'all was jealous of me because y'all see a writer and you want this writer to be a part of. We don't even think about that shit. Especially not a guy like you. Nobody's going to be like, oh, we're jealous of that guy. He should be over here with us. We don't give a fuck because we don't have racist views towards other people. If you're black and you're a Southsider, okay, you're black and you're a Southsider, but just keep your ass over there. Snoop Willpack says, you think it's harder for a black person to be a Southsider versus a Hispanic being a black gang? I think it is harder for a black person to be a Southsider because, once again, I say, we don't have racist views towards Hispanics. They dislike us. We don't display certain prejudice towards them. Like, we don't trip like that. When we see a black guy that's a Southsider, majority of us don't be like, oh, that motherfucker's a sellout. You don't give a fuck. You black, chose to be a Southsider, cool. Stay your ass over there. But there's Hispanics that join our rank and we embrace them. We love them. And listen, all my little Mexican homies, all my little El Salvadorian, Honduran homies and all that, man, they're my homies. And if somebody tripping in it's politics to get into, we're about to politic, and no one is going to politic on them in a dishonorable or a biased fashion because they're Hispanic. Fuck no. Them is the homies. Once they sign on, not literally sign on, I'm speaking metaphorically, but once they join ranks, man, that's the homie. We ain't calling him beaner, wetback, none of that disrespectful ass shit. What you want your name to be? All right, fuck it. You gonna be Lil Wooty Whoop, like the little homie, Lil P Wooch, Love Cup. You gonna be Lil Wooty Whoop. Hold on, let me go right here. Forgive me, like the little homie, Lil P Wooch. And we got a few more homies that's under other homies, and they name ain't motherfucking Jalisco and Guerrero or Machis. They know what you want your name to be. All right, you want to be that? All right, for sure. We got a homie named Nacho, cuz I wanted his name to be Nacho. Shout out to the big homie Nacho, cuz. And as I say, the big homie Nacho. Not relegate him to a lower status. That's the big homie. Nacho is the big homie. He is PJ Watt's Crip and speak Spanish fluently. He speak it fluently. The homie C-Rag. That's a homie. Latino is a motherfucker, but that's the homie. And we're going to ride with him. We're going to love him, embrace him, and accept him as a homie. Just the way that we embrace the black homies, we accept and embrace our Mexican homies the same way. We don't use them as torpedoes. We don't, oh, you got to go on this mission. Because, like, no, fuck that. If we got to strap up and go get cracking, nigga, we going with them. And that just is what it is. If anybody disrespect him on some racist shit, we standing with him. And that just is what it is. If it's something going on with the family, nigga, we gonna step up and, man, what's going on with the family? A lot of their mothers had semi-racist views, then too much like blacks and this, that, and third. But when they seen that their children were accepted by this black community and embraced as one, then the mothers are more inclined to accept the blacks into the house. Initially, she didn't really like blacks, don't be in the yard and all this, but the little homie, he didn't grew up. Now he gang banging, he wearing blue rags, and he with the homies. So if you love my son like this, then I am more open to, give consideration to those relationships. Now the homies be in the house and they have parties, they're Mexican or they're Latino, Hispanic family coming. The homies is out there eating corn asada and chilling and doing in the big with them. You feel what I'm saying? But it take those type of relationship to reduce the racial tension in between us and the gang-banging Hispanics. Now they're looking at it slightly different, just like I always tell you the story of mama. My big homies that be in that parking lot when mama pull up, if somebody car there, who car is this? Move this car, cuz this is mama designated parking spot. If mama got bags, the homies help mama get her, and she's Hispanic. The homies help mama get her bags and shit out of the car, take them in there. Even if she need help putting them up, the homies is gonna do that. We treat their elders in the same fashion that we treat our elders. So that racism shit that they be trying to put on us, no, that's on y'all. But getting back into we accept the Hispanics with our black men, women. We don't care, no. If my son grow up and say, Dad, ooh, I want to marry me a lot, you better go marry that Latina. Go do your thing. My daughter get older and say, Dad, I want to be in a relationship with a Hispanic guy. Well, do your thing. Do he respect you? Do he treat you right? Do he make you feel like you are somebody? You understand what I'm saying? Do he put his hands on you? Because now that's a problem. You understand what I'm saying? Now that's a problem. Don't put your hands on my motherfucking daughter. But if he makes you feel good, if he motivates you and you feel like he completes you, go do it. Go do your thing. But it ain't the same thing for them. They feel like the lowest thing that their women can do is have sex with a black guy. Watch this. Jessica smokes meth. Jessica is a meth head. Jessica is so deep in her meth usage that now Jessica comes to the path, the casa, and she steals. It's always something missing after Jessica leaves. Yeah, Jessica's stealing. She's chasing that high. She loves that meth high. They would embrace Jessica, let her come back and try to understand, Jessica, what is wrong with you? Why are you? Let Jessica, or let's take Elizabeth. Elizabeth is in college. She's doing well for herself, got her own job, own car. She actually has a career, and she just started her own side business for supplemental income, doing incredibly well. come from a good family, traditional Hispanic family, but Elizabeth just went and found herself a black boyfriend. Oh man, she's getting ostracized. What is this? Why did you go in? Do you know that they're lazy? They're this, they're that. Even though Elizabeth can say, no, he drives a Maserati, he drives a Bentley, he has no kids, he has several businesses, he travels around the world, this, that, and third. He doesn't fit the narrative. No, 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 no. He's tricking you. They're abusive. Then they come with abuse. They're abusive. They're this, they're that, they're that. No. And if she doesn't break away from that black guy, then her family will ostracize her. But they let Jessica meth head ass come back and forth, stealing food, stealing clothes, stealing cell phones, stealing everything. She come in a house and goddamn stole. She just stole everything. But Elizabeth, who has a career, who's doing great for herself, meet herself a decent black guy. She get ostracized from the family. Get out. No, no. When it's Christmas time and they doing a thing, or it's holidays and all that, guess who's not going to get a call? Elizabeth. But Jessica's meth head ass gonna get a call, and she gonna be in there turned up and plotting on what she gonna steal, beat up on a sick one. And yeah, fool, I can't wait until the third. Like, what the fuck? The hypocrisy in that. But let's get back into this Southsider brother who has faced discrimination at the hands of Latino, Chicano, Southside members. Let's get into it.
In areas such as his, where they don't have really any black fools, and when they do, there's always a certain sense of jealousy and a camaraderie and the hate of certain people. Now, I'm just gonna be honest. When it comes to being a black Southerner, yeah, you're up against it. You're always gonna be up against it, just due to the fact of who you are and who.
He's trying to pretty it up, but let me give it to you in layman's term. Let me say what this degenerate would not say. If you are black and you're a Southsider, you're going to be tried, you're going to be tested in a fashion that the Hispanics will not be tried and tested. If you're a black Southsider, you're going to be subject to discriminatory practices put against you for the sake of you being black. You should have just said that. When you're black and you're a Southsider, they're going to treat you indifferent, and that just is what it is. You are a certified mission boy. There you are. You would never be a Soranio. You would never be able to go up in ranks and say, "Who want that? I mean, want that." Who the fuck joins an organization, a fraternity, or brotherhood, or goes into a job occupation and is not seeking a promotion? Stop playing, bucko. Stop playing. You can never go up in ranks. You are relegated to the stance of an entry-level mission boy. You are a mission boy. And that's just the truth of the matter. But let's get back to the nitty-gritty. Are Southsiders, Soranios racist? Yes. You have a black Southsider that's basically saying, yes, they are. But he can't openly come on and say blase, blase, blase. They're not up under their governing body is more of a dictatorship. You speak when I tell you to speak. You speak on in a fashion that I instruct you to. You can't have a sense of identity in the fashion of being a part of this. Oh, you want to talk about this? We either going to tell you, no, don't talk on that gag order, or we're going to give you a script, or we're going to give you parameters to speak within. Like, this guy don't want to just come straight out and just say yes. Southsiders, Soranios are racist towards blacks who are members of their organization. But if you read in between the lines, you know what I mean? We can read in between the lines. Our parents have been telling us, you got to learn how to read in between the lines. You got to learn how to read people. You know what I'm saying? So let's put that into play. Let's read in between the lines and let's read people. Let's get back into the content.
And a camaraderie and the hate of certain people. Now, I'm just gonna be honest. Have really any black fools, and when they do, there's always a certain sense of jealousy and have really any black fools, and when they do, there's always a certain sense of jealousy and run into individuals that
Because
don't.
I'm getting tired of him lying. Say, "Oh, I didn't say that I didn't say that the Sud or the Southsiders were jealous of blacks. I said you fools are." No, 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 no. You cannot pretty that up. You said that the Sureños, the Southsiders, who come from cities that don't have many blacks, that they are jealous of the black members of the South Side. Let's get back into it. I ain't gonna run it back no more. Correct me if I'm wrong, folks.
Don't have no real love for you. They grew up in areas such as his where they don't have really any black fools, and when they do, there's always a certain sense of jealousy and a camaraderie and the hate of certain people. Now, I'm just gonna be honest. When it comes to being a black Southerner, yeah, you're up against it. You're always gonna be up against it, just due to the fact of who you are and who you run with. But as far as with that type of issue, and those are usually the ones that end up crashing out when they're dealing with individuals such as him. Now, what dude failed to explain is it's individuals such as himself that be sending homies like me on missions because they don't really like us in the first
Hold on.
that be sending homies like me on missions because they don't really like us in the first place. Like, be sending homies like me on missions because they don't really like us in the first place. It's individuals such as itself that be sending homies like me on missions because they don't really like us in the first place. Like, it's individuals such as itself that be sending homies like me on missions because they don't really like us in the first place. Like, be sending homies like me on missions because explain is it's individuals such as itself that be sending homies like me on missions because they don't really like us in the first place. Like,
I rest my case. Thank you all for allowing me to share with you Exhibit A and Exhibit B. I feel that I have so eloquently presented my case before you all, and I think I did a phenomenal job. So are Sureños racist by account of a black Southsider? Yes, the fuck they are. Oh, you're not convinced yet, right? You are not convinced. Well, let me do a little more. Let me be a little bit more persuasive. Let's get over here and get into this content right here. May the 21st, 2009. FEDS, Latino gang targeted blacks. A Latino street gang raised a racist campaign to eliminate a Southern California city's black residents through attempted murder and other crimes. June 9, 2011, ABC News. Latino gang charged with racial cleansing attack in that city. Latino gangs charged with racial cleansing attacks in California town. Gangs in the Los Angeles area were arrested for racial hate crimes. Southern Poverty Law Center. January 16, 2007, Latino gang members in Southern California are gangs will attack any black person that comes into the city. But while the Latino gangs racial terror campaign is not new, gang experts says Azusa 13, Latino gang charged with racial cleansing attacks in California town. Over 50 members of the Barrio Azusa 13 were indicted for violated civil rights acts. Department of Justice. And this is January the 14th, 2013. Leader of Azusa street gang involved in drug trafficking, but within his drug trafficking, he was using his influence to send his young homies to rob, beat, and in certain situations, unalive black people. Not black gangs, black people. July the 7th, 2016, Latino street gang members charged with firebombing black homes. Latino area with a history of racial tension and violence. The attack caused minors to minor to moderate property damage to the homes of 4 Black families. Let's click on this. Los Angeles County Sheriff's Department. The gang members continuously shouted racial epithets and boop. This is January 4, 2013. Look at this bitch. These bitch ass. Hate crime arrest for sheriff investigators after gang attempts to force Compton family from home due to their race. 2 adult male suspects was arrested for their alleged involvement in a series of hate crimes directed towards African American families of adults and 1 minor child in Compton. And where? Compton. And where? Compton. And where? Compton. And where? Compton. See, there's this particular Black African American podcaster that want to put your dukes up, buddy. Put them on with Bobby Ye. You want to do that? We can do that. But this is the prerequisite right here. Oh, praise be to the Most High God. You want to put them on. Put them on. Oh, put them on. Go get cracking on them and come back. Well, I'm not telling you to do it. I'm just saying it's a suggestion because you want to do this and do that with the low. I'm really a Dillion, but with the low. But you got Hispanics in your community, in your city, that's saying Blacks. And you said, oh, Bobby, I ain't going to do the impersonation because that infuriated him and made him, ooh, he was upset. But you have taken offense to something that I said, and you want to seek clout. Okay, you want to be a gangster, bucko? You want to be the face of Compton, bucko? Here's a situation for you. Go handle that. Politic and trip on that. Matter of fact, let's see if this fucking degenerate even addressed this topic of race and a potential race war that's brewing in Los Angeles. Let's just see. And I'm about to show you how motherfuckers will be so deep in their hatred for one another that when you have a foreign enemy saying we want all the smoke, these niggas don't, they turn a blind eye to it. That's too much. I don't want to go against them because they don't play. Okay, he addressed it. Marvelous threatens Black people with war. Okay, the weird ass nigga addressed it. Okay, that's great. I'm glad. I'm glad that you have some form of a Black bone in your body. But here you go. This ain't in my city. This ain't in my community. This in yours. This your backyard. This is what's transpiring and happening in your backyard. You have racist Hispanics that's targeting Black families in your backyard, in your community. You want to put Compton on a pedestal and show people that Compton and the Compton Crips ain't to be fucked with? Here's your opportunity. This is your opportunity right here. This ain't Watts. It don't say in Watts, and I'm not playing the Watts versus Compton narrative. That's not what I'm pushing. I'm just saying you have a podcaster, you have a social media content creator that's on here circulating false information. Oh, Bobby A disrespected Watts and the Compton Crips. These Mexicans that disrespected Compton Crips, Compton Power Rules, Compton Black non-affiliates, Compton Dogs that's owned by black people, you know what I mean? Compton Pets that's owned by Black people, Compton Kids, Compton Black women. Come on, like. So what is we really talking about, bucko? Can you press a line on this? Listen, that's on Steve-O, on my mama, dog. Become proactive in addressing the racism that exists in your backyard. And if you do that, if you can do that, I will meet you any place, anytime, anywhere, give you $1,000 and squabble you on my mama. Any place, anytime, anywhere. But what I want to see from you, my lost and confused young brother, I want to see you press a line on this situation. What Black Sam told Cuz from West Boulevard? Go get cracking and come back. Because it's easy to beef with your brother, and I'm not ducking a motherfucking thing on my mama. But we got a bigger enemy that's targeting black families. That's helpless and defenseless black babies that don't know how to pick up a gun and defend themselves, or throw up their dukes and defend themselves. They don't know anything about defense because they are babies. Can you become proactive in this? And I'm not talking about just making a YouTube video addressing it. I'll go get cracking and come back. Show us that you really this big badass Compton Crip rider and all this and all that, and that you really care that much about the city of Compton and the Compton Crips and all this and all that. When you got Mexicans that's in certain situations, forgive me, to my people from Compton and as a whole, Compton Crips and Compton Pyrus, you got Mexican gangs out there that's putting belt to ass. Respectfully, in Watts, we don't deal with that. Because soon as they try to, oh, what? They trying to what? That shit get nipped in the bud ASAP. We all know the story of how them dudes from Midtown Stoners moved into Watts, tried to bring that negative racist shit to Watts, and he got dumped out, and his people snitched. What happened to his people after he snitched on the black guy? I don't know. But that'd be something that we should dig into, that we should do research into, to see what happened to the dude who snitched on the dude, who did something to the dude who was targeting innocent black children and women. Kids walking home from school and they calling them mayates, niggers, and running up on them, pulling out guns and shit. No. We don't play that here in Watts. And our numbers is low in Watts as well. The reason why you see a lot of black faces in Watts is mostly attribute to the population, the black population in the 4 housing projects. So we're outnumbered in Watts. So I want, oh, but in Watts, no, I don't want to hear that shit. We're drastically outnumbered in Watts. But it's a certain spirit that comes out of Watts. We ain't taking none of that racist ass shit out here over here. That's out. We're not tolerating it. If you on some racial shit, you got a racist bone in your body, don't come to Watts with that. Go elsewhere. Where individuals like keep it a Benji, turn a blind eye to it and allow the shit to manifest and play out against our people. Don't bring that shit to Watts. You name a racist gang in Watts. Even when you got gangs like the Colonial Watts who beef with the Fudgetown Mafias. The Colonials ain't putting C blank, B blank, or N blank tag anywhere in their community, in their hood, in their section. They ain't. When the Hacienda Village boys was beefing with the Hacienda Village Bloods, they ain't never put NK, BK, CK, none of that shit on their walls. When the East Side Nut Hoods was beefing with the South Side Nut Hoods, they ain't never put CK, BK, NK, or none of that shit on their walls. In the other, you know what I mean? When the South Side Tenlons was beefing with those brothers, they ain't never put this, that, or none of that shit on their walls. Because in Watts, we don't play that shit. And I'm not trying to make it seem like Watts, we got a superiority complex. I'm giving you the facts. But a lot of people who live a false life, a lot of people who live in this fantasy fairy tale world, they are the most offended by the truth. Hold on. So even though I'm not saying anything wrong, and I'm saying what's real, what's right, and what can be backed up by statistics and actual lived experience and proof, people will get offended by that. But let's get back into this. We're going to touch upon that in a minute too. The gentleman 0828 Munchie B got marked out last night by the white man. It's unbelievable. Was it any blacks up there? Was it any blacks up there? I don't care what I personally feel towards Munchie B. Me, I am a seasoned and experienced individual. I know how to put my personal differences to the side when it comes to these type of situations. Was it any blacks up there? Even if they ain't take violent actions against Adam, they should have said, hold on, man, chill out. But this is the thing. We can only, not we, I don't do no pretending. Individuals can only pretend for so long. If you got fake jury, it eventually is going to get to a point to where it tarnishes. If you take a fake jury, right? You take fake jury and you put it in a real cleaner solution. When you take a fake motherfucker and you introduce them to real life situations, they tarnish. They unwind. They show who they really are at the core. I'm me. I'm Bobby Yeye Jones. On the internet, off the internet. On the internet, off the internet. I'm me. I don't get on here and say, oh man, yeah, man, I made $1 million last week. But like, no, I give you me, who I am. Somebody said, and Hefe sat there. Well, shit, shout out to Young and Hefe, shout out to Munchie B. If Young and Hefe sat there, then shit, damn. Maybe that's a conversation for anybody in his community that has a little bit of understanding of who we are as a people should have a conversation with him. Because how do you sit there and let a Caucasian man berate one of your brethren? A dude that's supposed to be your friend. Y'all supposed to be friends, this, that, and third. No, I'm not taking shots at Young and Hefe. Don't want to go back down that road. Shout out to Young and Hefe. But the truth is the truth. And if we're going to talk about truth, let's have a conversation about the truth. If I was on No Jumper and he was talking to Munchie B like that, I would have interjected. Not saying I would have whooped his ass or got all in his face. Like, hold on, man, y'all tripping. Even if I downplayed and attempted to de-escalate like that. I'm like, calm down, Adam. Don't do it like that, man. Munch, hold on. Don't say nothing, man. Let me, y'all just chill. Everybody take a minute, but something. It should have been some type of intervention there if there's any other blacks there. Because the way that he was talking to Munchie B, man, he totally emasculated him. Would y'all agree or disagree? Let's get back into this and we're going to get back into that. The victim family had recently moved into a home on 153rd Street in Compton when one of the family members was attacked on December the 31st, 2012. As a result, detectives from the Los Angeles County Sheriff's Operation Safe Streets Bureau, gang investigators, served warrants at 11 locations early Thursday morning in Compton, Gardena, and Rialto. Additionally, on Thursday, January 24th, while executing a search warrant at one of the locations in Compton, sheriff deputies were attempted to detain a male Hispanic teen who was an alleged gang member. During his detention, the suspect fought with deputies and attempted to forcefully remove a deputy's gun from his holster. He was prevented from doing so by assisting deputies. He was booked at a local juvenile detention facility for assault on a peace officer. He was one of the total of 3 suspects who were arrested. The series of events reportedly began December 31st, 2012. One of the male victims was walking home in Compton. He was approached by a black SUV occupied by 4 Hispanic male suspects. The men identified themselves as members of a local street gang and told the victim that he and his family were not allowed to live in the area because they are black. The gang members continually shouted racial epithets and threats of violence towards the victim. Fearing for his life, the victim ran home but was chased by the gang members who exited the vehicle and began beating the victim with metal pipes. Does this not sound like 1950 Jim Crow? Does this not sound like what was happening to our people from the 1950s all the way back to the 1800s? The men identified themselves as, already read that part. One of the suspects, 21-year-old suspect Efran Marquez, allegedly pointed a gun at the victim and threatened to shoot him while he was allegedly being beaten with a metal pipe by a 19-year-old suspect, Jeffrey Aguilar. After the attack, the gang members fled in the vehicle. Marquez and Aguilar returned 30 minutes later with a group of 15 to 20 gang members who surrounded the front of the victim's home, shouting racial epithets and telling them that the members of the African-American race using the N-word. Wait, hold on. Epithets and telling them that members of the African-American race using the N-word were not allowed to live in their neighborhood. One identified member of the group threw a large beer bottle through the front living room window, shattering the window. Both suspect Marquez and Aguilar were reportedly armed with handguns. The suspects continued to drive by the home several times a day, shouting racial epithets while ordering a family to leave the neighborhood. Suspects Aguilar and Marquez were arrested Thursday, booked at Compton Sheriff Station, and charged with a hate crime committed for the purpose of violence. Committed for the purpose of violation of civil rights with the ability to commit violent injury on another, whatever the case may be. So we got that. That's just one of many. August the 2nd, 2006, 4 Latino gang members are convicted of anti-black plot. Racial conflict at center of LA gang trial. Members of street gang charged with racial violence against blacks. Damn, it's more. Hold on. FEDS, Latino gang targeted blacks. Latino gang leader convicted in LA ethnic cleansing. Latino gang tried to drive all blacks from California City. Wow. LA area sweep for racist gang members. Black versus brown. The ugly history behind the city council. 3 arrested in hate crime attacks in Compton. Anti-African American hate crimes in Los Angeles. Members of gang admits attacking black residents in Los Angeles for being black. Latino gang targeted blacks. Federal racketeering indictment alleges Azusa Street gang specifically targeted black families. Hey, this goes on and on. A profile of race bias hate crime in Los Angeles County. Gang member sentenced for firebombing black families. 2005 hate crime report. East LA gang members admit to firebombing black families. Feds accuse street gang of targeting blacks in California City. Hate crime report. Racial clashes surges in Valley. Exclusive. Mexican mafia member ordered gangs to attack blacks. Latino gang members indicted in racial attacks. Reputed. The Latino gang members indicted in an attack on. It goes on and on. And I go on to say they're more organized and structured than we are. Correct or incorrect? Correct. If their people up top didn't want this to play out the way that it's been playing out for over 2 decades, all they got to do is cut it out. Charlie, stop. And it will stop. Being that they don't, Charlie, stop, cut it out. It's not going to stop. See, our people can be ignorant to the facts and say, oh, but it's this. No, it's not that. It's that in a certain environment because it allows them certain privileges to be enjoyed. It allows certain opportunities to be, basked in, to be experienced. But at the top, it's still the same shit. So niggas can be naive and act like, oh, it's this, and we can know the fuck you can't, because if the fuck you could, you would. They would. And I zipped it, allowed cooler heads to try to prevail and backed up. Cooler heads ain't fucking prevailed because ain't a motherfucking thing changed. Out here, when certain bodios start beefing or certain things start happening, they big dogs say, cut that out, stop. If this race war does break out, it's not going to last long. You know why it ain't going to last long? Because those big dogs across the border is going to say, hey, cut that out, stop, y'all fucking up our money. And if you continue to allow this shit to play out and fuck up millions upon millions of dollars by this stupid ass race war, we're coming and heads are going to roll. That's what's going to stop this shit. Just like when they tried this shit 20 years ago in 2005. Any blacks with t-shirts, this, that, and third, and they, no, you want to fuck up our money because the product got to be moved by them or by them, and this level of war is going to stop and hinder a whole lot of fucking money. They foreseen that this will fuck up the market. Ain't nobody gonna be doing this and ain't nobody gonna be doing that. It's going to be hard. But So Diva Jackson World says, I grew up in Watts. So you know that racial shit does not fly in Watts. Coach Wilson 25 says, my white boys left already. Mexicans dumb. For real, for real. The gentleman says, that makes sense. Black Warrior Spirit, love you, brother. Much love and respect. Shout out to my folks up there in the Bay, man. Black Warrior Spirit says, at the gentleman, because when our numbers are up, everybody got that act right. LOL, we were deeper 20 to 30 years ago. Yeah. So Diva Jackson World said, that happened to me in the 90s when I moved to Hawaiian Gardens. They said they didn't want niggers in their neighborhood. I'm sorry that happened to you, Queen. I hate that you have to experience that. And that's why I say, brothers, why would it be hard? Like, what's the biggest impediment that's impeding, that's hindering us from agreeing that everything is cool? Listen, man, we understand that it was bodies dropped on both sides, but this day going forward, we letting that shit go. We don't got to be friends. We don't have to congregate at the same spots. If that's y'all part, that's y'all restaurants, that's what y'all do. We ain't gonna do that, but we gonna open up a line of communication because the homie daughter stay over there, or the homie family stay over there. But what we will do is be mindful and say, hey, man, my homie may be in the area, man. It ain't no crazy stuff or whatnot. He's coming over there to see his granny. His granny is on hospice, you know what I mean? So if your little homie see him, let him know that it ain't no craziness. We'll do open up lines of communication. And I'm asking the Hoovers, I'm asking the gangsters, I'm asking the neighborhood, I'm asking the Hub and Dub, I'm asking the brothers out in Long Beach, I'm asking the Crips and Bloods in Inglewood, Hawthorne, Gardena. Like, what do we got to do to resolve this shit? How do we resolve it? Can we meet up at a park? Everybody just meet up at a park, like everybody, and just have one big ass gang fight for like a minute, and then just let that shit go. Or can we come to the table and understand the effects of violence and why we shouldn't allow violence to always be the way that we resolve conflict and have a union of the minds? Hey man, my partner got 100,000. He got 50,000. We want to come over here and we want to start this business, man. We're going to hire people from your community. This is what we want to do with you. Can we resolve these conflicts that's been going on for too long? Yeah, we can do it. But this is what we got to regulate. All that dissing on social media, out. All that woo-woo, pillow talking to females, out. All that excessively doing this and doing that, out. Y'all hold y'all's accountable. We gonna hold ours accountable, and let's enjoy peace in our community. Because we too distracted right now. If the Mexicans strategically and secretly jumped on that, it'd be a cool minute before motherfuckers identify who the attackers is, who the culprit is, because we so disunified. We on this Mexican and black shit, but watch this. While we are obsessed with this Mexican and black shit, let me show you what's going on. And to anybody that's been following my content for a minute, I told you, when the Biden administration open up those borders, get ready for some type of fearful attack. I can't say that T word. Now we get into the topic. Major New Year's Eve plot to Unalive. You know what I'm talking about. I couldn't say the T word. Major New Year's Eve plot to unalive over 30,000 New Year celebrators in LA foiled by the feds. So the Mexicans and blacks is fighting amongst themselves or having these disagreements, and then the blacks is distracted by these generational wars. Right now, to be an opportune time for us to go and show them we don't like neither one of them. So what are we doing? Why are we like, you know what I mean? Like, why is we playing? Why do we have our heads shoved up our asses? Like, no, take your head up out of your ass and look at what the fuck is really going on in the community and in society. Let's get into this content, man. Load this up, cue this up. And this is real. Y'all can Google it yourselves and check it out and all this and all that. And I told y'all they was going to try something. I continuously tell y'all that. When it start cracking in those, you know what I'm talking about. When they start going off, it's going to be us that's going to have to pay the piper. It's not going to be these politicians and all this and all that. They're coming to destitute, impoverished communities where our guards is down and we're relaxed, or going to businesses that we patronize, that we frequent, and they're going to start. And so it's going to be us. It's going to be people that we know. People we know, or people who are, it's going to be people we know, or somebody that we know that person. It's going to hit that close to home. And we're talking about attacks. We're talking about fearful attacks. If you know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. Let's get into the content, man.
That just happened in Australia, where all those people lost their lives because of a terror attack. So why is it major news pushing the fact that the FBI just confirmed that they stopped a New Year's Eve terror plot that was supposed to happen in Los Angeles? Not a drill, not online threats, not talk, an actual plot. 4 people are now in federal custody. And according to the feds, these individuals are being identified as an extremist group. And this wasn't one location. This wasn't one moment. They were allegedly planning coordinated IED attacks at 5 different locations. You heard what I just said? 5 different locations, 5 targets, same night, same city. Matter of fact, look at this shit.
Right now, the FBI in California has 4 people under arrest accused of planning a terrorist attack that would have started with a series of coordinated IED bombings around Los Angeles.
Now pause right there. New Year's Eve, crowds everywhere. People distracted, fireworks, tourists, families. That's not a coincidence. That's strategy. They even went as far as taking these bombs that they had to a remote area and letting them off to make sure that they work. Look at this.
And here it is right here on your screen, testing these bombs out in the Mojave Desert. I understand we were just made aware at this press conference, it was after this video was taken that those arrests were made.
Right now they're saying the threat is neutralized. But I can remember a certain somebody saying that we should be paying attention for these type of things that's going to happen. Now think about this. They said that they are an extremist group, which means it can be way more people than the people that they arrested, meaning it could be in other states, other cities. So please pay attention. Be mindful that this is going on, because apparently they're keeping it quiet for a reason. I'm out. You see this shit that just happened?
A lot of people are saying sleeper cells. These ain't sleeper cells. These are sleepwalkers. Sleeper cells are typically stationary. They're put at a certain place for a certain reason, for a certain duration of time. Sleepwalkers go everywhere and waiting on a call. When a sleepwalker get a call, if he's traveling from Los Angeles to Seattle, when he get that call, he goes to the nearest big city where there's a group or crowd of people and he get cracking. That's a sleepwalker. The sleepwalkers are harder to track down than the sleeper cells. The sleeper cells look like, all of them look like typical people, but the sleeper cells can look like a couple. They go to work and come home, but these sleepwalkers, they can look like homeless people. They can look like anything. You wouldn't even recognize them. And they're going to and from, surveilling, getting details, getting information, and shooting it to whoever they shoot it to. Like, this is real. This ain't nothing that you should take lightly. And like I say, there is going to be T-word attacks that's going to be carried out. And it may be us that have to be affected by it. It may be us that be the casualties of these, you know what I mean? This is real. This ain't no joke. This ain't something you should take lightly. This is something that you should take serious and take to heart. Black Warrior Spirit, I appreciate that, Kim, folks, on the Renanails, man. Thank you so much. So what we're going to do now, we're going to change gears. And we're going to get into this crazy situation with Munchie B and his daddy. And it's crazy because I called Adam 22 the colonizer, the slave master, the puppeteer, and niggas' daddies. Now he's coming on there saying that he's for extra daddy, that for extra is his son. So Diva Jackson's world says, I used to live in Mojave Desert. It's definitely a remote area where you can go test your out if needed. They was on a mission. Yes, they were, Queen. You are absolutely correct. And welcome to Bobby A's Imperial Vision podcast. I appreciate your engagement. Appreciate you coming over here to rock with us. Your presence is greatly needed, respected, and honored on the Renanels. Let's get back into the content. These are some pictures and whatnot that I wanted to get into. Our brother from Bounty Hunters inside the Nickerson Garden. These were some cool pictures. Rest in peace to the little homie Monte. Your memory lives on. God bless your family. God bless your soul, little homie. Rest in peace. 2-1. I don't know where this brother is from, but it's all love. Much love, brother. Another brother from out the Nickerson Garden Housing Projects. I don't know who this brother is, but it's an interesting photo. Another brother from out the Nickerson Gardens. Afro Man. I was going to go to work, but then I got high. I was going to go to school, but then I got high, but then I got high, but then I got high. Da, 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 da. Hey, shout out to Afro Man and the A-Trays. Don't know who this brother is, but salute to that brother. The homie, Little Draws. What is the deal? My man. Imperial Course, Little Draws. Another young brother. That chain is crazy. That's a Franco. That chain is crazy. That chain is crazy. That's a dope chain. My partner H-Lo from Harlem, before he passed away, he had a cold Franco like that. I got to give me one of those Francos. I got these ones right here, but they ain't crazy like them. These is cool, but that one is, man, that's a nice Franco. Shout out to this brother. Don't know who this brother is. Maybe y'all do. Shout out to the little homie, Phonic. Shout out to you, young homie. Wait, hold on. That ain't the homie Phonic, is it? Oh, yes, it is. That is the little homie Phonic. I see the 2250 in the back. Shout out to the little homie Phonic. Continue to do your thing, and God bless you. And the other MJBs. That's the homie. Shout out to the homie C-Nut. Much love and respect, Edie. Don't know who that Vato is, but yeah. Is that it? Oh, yeah, that's the last picture. Just wanted to go through that with y'all. So let's get into the bread and butter.
The food community, shout out to y'all. I fuck with y'all, but y'all some bitches, because I watched the fucking clip and y'all did not stand on business. You need to actually get on camera when your own community is perpetuating anti-black hatred, and you need to be willing to say, hey, that's not cool. We don't respect that. We don't get down that way. I did see them skipping past your fans, who apparently are largely racist, because they were calling in and saying, hey, Munchie B, shout out to Munchie B, and all the N-words. Like that, I heard them saying that on the thing. Your fan base has a racist element, and the same way, if I thought that 10% of the people watching No Jumper were hardcore racist, I would go out of my way. I'd say, hey, if you're a secret Klansman and you watch this podcast, get the fuck out. That's all I expect of the fellow Mexican podcasters, is that when you have one of your own saying racist shit on the podcast, you should expel them from your community, or at least tell the world, hey, we don't rock like that. We don't respect that. We don't appreciate that. That's actually how you avoid one of these race wars that people are apparently so fucking worried about. I'm not encouraging any kind of violence. I'm anti-violence. I'm anti-racial violence for sure. All I did as a white boy, as an outsider on this whole affair, all I did was say, yo, that's fucked up, and y'all need to call attention to it. And instead, I got people coming into my DMs saying that I'm encouraging a race war. Y'all are retarded. Right. So I just wanted to throw that out there.
Adam has some pretty good points in regards to that. Now let's come right here.
Do you think that this podcast is not being held back by your alcohol issues?
No. You said, hold on. You said,
I'm not betting you anything. And stop fucking touching me.
That's what I'm saying.
Stop fucking touching me. I don't need your fucking weird ass hands in my face.
That's how you mean,
bro. Man, I am out of here. Stop fucking touching me.
No, you lied to my last year. What?
Yes, you complained a shitload after we canceled your podcast for 2 episodes. I don't know why you would bother to lie about this, but that's not the topic at hand. The topic at hand is why you keep getting so fucking drunk on the podcast and holding the podcast back. Did you hear when I read like 24 fucking donations from people that were complaining about you being so drunk? It's not a fringe opinion.
I'm not sure.
We all believe in you as a podcaster. We all think you have a shitload of potential. But as long as you keep showing up drunk, it's like this thing you're doing right here. This is what's holding you back. You saying, hey, yo, hold up.
You're lying.
I don't want to fucking bet. Shut the fuck up with that shit.
Nigga, shut the fuck up.
Bro, I don't want. Do you think that this podcast is not being held back by your alcohol issues?
No. You said, hold on. You said.
Let's have a conversation. Do y'all think that is a publicity stunt, or do you think it's real? Bobby Ye, a real one on every day. Man, I appreciate you, man. Reckless Podcast, I fucks with you. You are my brethren. You understand what I'm saying? Slime Ball TV, what's the dinner there, baby? What's cracking? How y'all feeling? Is that my partner, Big Johnny? Big Johnny, what's the dinner there, man? The Queen said, Adam only talking like that because he's not in any position to take off on him. I hear what you're saying, Queen, but I think Adam is talking like that because he got the funds. He's the puppeteer. He didn't pay for authority over certain individuals that he employed. He knows that these individuals are now dependent upon certain financial benefits that comes from him. A lot of dudes sell their souls. A lot of dudes, you know what I mean? They allow money to kill their integrity, their morals, their principles. Not I, said Popeye. Not I. Can't do that. He's talking to him like Munchie B. I can't say that because then that'd start something else. Reg Dog, what's the dinner there, man? Much love and respect. Bobby Ye and Munchie went out like he said Bobby Ye and Munchie. What you mean, Bobby Ye and Munchie? Hold on, let me reread that. I think my partner was texting and typing fast. He said Bobby Ye and Bobby Ye and Munchie went out like a sucker. That's on Inglewood. Oh, that's my partner from Inglewood. He's from Inglewood. Munchie was going back and forth, and Munchie was going back and forth. This is my partner Snoop Willpack. Munchie was going back and forth, and even Ant spoke up also on the Lucky situation. Johnny Robinson says that grid check slowed up for Munchie. Now he being little boy. That's crazy. We can't do that. The gentleman said that seemed real to me. Adam does this all the time when one of his staff is gaining too much light. That's crazy. I mean, Munchie went out like a sucker, not you. I appreciate that, King, man. Thank you for the clarity. It's all love, man. And I don't try to create or I don't try to dictate nobody's opinion or perception of me. You feel what I'm saying? Everybody's opinion is their opinion, and we can always have a conversation. I also bring people up when they agree with me, we have a conversation. Most of them that disagree with me, after we have a conversation, I elucidate, and I believe the word is disambiguate. They be like, damn, I ain't look at it like that. You're right. But it's all love, man. I Either way, it's all love, man. Shout out to all our folks out there in Inglewood. Black Warrior Spirit says facts. At Bobby Ye, Adam pimping pockets with Hush Buddy. LOL, like Diddy was. Hold on. Hush money goes far, sadly. Yeah, that's true. It's crazy. But let's get back into this, man. We got some more content from
I'm not betting you anything, and stop fucking touching me.
That's what I'm saying.
Stop.
Shout out to my homie PJ Chubrock, who left a comment in the comment section. It says, they let Adam talk to him any kind of way. Just go to a dildo by Diddy since you sacrificing your dignity in manhood. Profound.
That's
touching me. I don't need your fucking weird ass hands in my face.
That's how you mean
bro. Man, I am out of here.
No, he lied.
Stop fucking touching me.
No, he lied to my last year. What?
Yes, you complained a shitload after we canceled your podcast for 2 episodes. I don't know why you would bother to lie about this, but that's not the topic at hand. The topic at hand is why you keep getting so fucking drunk on the podcast and holding the podcast back. Did you hear when I read like 24 fucking donations from people that were complaining about you being so drunk? It's not a fringe opinion.
I'm not sure.
We all believe in you as a podcaster. We all think you have a shitload of potential. But as long as you keep showing up drunk, it's like this thing you're doing right here. This is what's holding you back. You saying, hey, hold up. I don't want to fucking bet. Shut the fuck up with that shit.
And then you shut the fuck up.
Bro, I don't want. Do you think that this podcast is not being held back by your alcohol issues?
No. You said, hold on. You said, bro.
I'm not betting you anything. And stop fucking touching me.
That's what I'm saying.
Stop fucking touching me. I don't need your fucking weird ass hands in my face.
That's how you mean,
bro. Man, I am.
Check out this coon ass nigga. Hey, listen. Let me come back over here and talk to you, man. Hit me out real quick, right? So Diva Jackson World says he was talking to Munchie B like he been shining his shoes. Man, you're right. Adam don't really like black folks. He just knows that he has ability, or we are inclined to allow a white savior to come in and orchestrate, facilitate, and formulate shit. Give us a few dollars, then we turn a blind eye to a lot of shit. But a lot of people secretly have animosity or have a superiority complex when they're dealing with blacks. And I feel like here's your show. Stop fucking touching me. I don't need your fucking weird ass, nigger ass hands. I don't need your fucking weird ass hands. He really wanted to say nigger ass hands. Y'all step on y'all water intake, man. Like Warrior Spirit says, Munchie and Whack ain't trying mess that hush money bag up. That's why they do that mess, unfortunately. If you had a nigga like me on no jumper, a lot of that shit wouldn't be flying on my mama. But a nigga like me that has principles, integrity, and morals will never be on no jumper. They don't take kindly to my comment. Oh, he can't be manipulated. He can't be brought. He's this, he's that. He's a man of integrity. We don't want to deal with a Bobby Ye. You know what I'm saying? But let's get back into this content right here, man. This is this dude that I don't too much fancy. His name is Roughneck TV. This motherfucker is a fence straddler. He don't know if he want to be black. He don't know if he want to be Chicano, Mexicano, Latino. This motherfucker is confused. I don't too much fancy this dude for obvious reasons because he does a lot of pandering. He's just like so fake. Like you get fake vibes from this motherfucker. Even when he was doing hood vlogs and all that, it'd be a nigga with a lackluster or mediocre ass outfit on. He like, oh, y'all be fly out here, huh? Oh man, I see my boy. I see my nigga. Oh yeah, man, you fly, man. You fly right now, OG. Hey, OG, like, dude, like how you get so fly, OG? Like, man, that nigga got on that dirty ass outfit. You scary ass nigga just throwing compliments around to get people to feel a certain type of way. Man, I seen this one nigga with this bullshit ass outfit. Oh man, y'all be flying out here. Hey, I see you. I see you, OG. Hey, and like, man, shut your, man, why you sucking motherfuckers off? Just be your genuine self. Oh, man, I heard about y'all. I heard that. Man, ain't nobody heard about them niggas, man. Like, stop it, man. You capping. Like, the fuck? You weird ass nigga. He's just too disingenuous. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't fancy him. He don't know if he's black. He don't know if he's Mexicano, Chicano. He don't know if he want to talk like this or if he want to talk like these. Like, I don't know. Like, man, and when it's motherfuckers like that, dog, when I can't, I just rather not do it. You get the fuck away from me. You know what I mean? And that just is what it is. If you gotta continuously guess, is it this, is it that? Then I don't know. Hell no. Fuck that. Let's get into the content, man. So what Lucky and Hoodstock went and did was got a stupid ass nigga to come on there. And I hope this nigga don't try to speak for the blacks. I seen it. I saved it. We're going to get into it. Oh shit, I'm clicking the wrong shit. Forgive me, y'all. Supposed to went over here and did it like that.
That like, hit that subscribe. Yes, sir. Today's guest. Woo! Today's guest. Yeah, we got a big dog in the building.
Nigga ain't no fucking big dog. Hold on. This nigga said that this nigga Roughneck TV is a big dog. Like, how the fuck is he a big dog in a culture and in our communities? Roughneck a mark. He a nigga around blacks and an essay around Latinos. Oh, Reg Dog, I fucking love you, bro. Man, you saying some real shit, Reg Dog. Oh, the real. Shout out to my nigga Reg Dog, man. In abundance, hey, man, hey, I love motherfuckers to stand on that real blackness, man. Fuck this Crip and blood shit, man. This blackening, stand on black business, dog. It's refreshing. It's invigorating. It's strengthening. We strengthen each other when we stand on black business versus this Crip and blood Hoover or Groove or Paru situation. Like, when we stand on black business, homie, it's encouraging, it's motivating, it's inspirational. That shit gives you, it gives you energy, it gives you strength. It boosts up your self-esteem when we stand on black business. Fuck all this gang shit. It's obsolete now. We have a, what is the word? I believe the word is antediluvian. We have an antediluvian way of thinking and perceiving things, and that antediluvian way of thinking and perceiving things, it doesn't help us. My nigga Reg Dog says, too black, too strong. That's what I'm on. F blank, I gang, we black, homie, man. Yeah, thank you, Reg Dog, bro. I love you, bro. I fucking love you. Too black, too strong. We all we need, we all we got. Once we get us together, then we can go and see who want to have some form of alliance or be allies with us. But we can't even have these discussions if we're still separated by this antediluvian way of living that doesn't serve us anymore. It's obsolete. Yeah, it's gonna be this, that, and third but we can't allow that to continue to hinder our progression as a people and as a race. Let's get into this content. I know too much fancy. Roughneck TV. He comes off as being what my partner said, man. Shout out to Reg Dog TV, man. Oh, Reg Dog 89, forgive me. On the reels. Let's get into
it. We got a big dog in the building. Sheesh. A lot of you homies very familiar with this man sitting across from me. I want everybody to give a warm welcome for Roughneck TV. Let's go, baby. It's game time.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, I appreciate you guys. Absolutely. Now,
How you doing, my dog?
I'm good, bro. I'm good. This is my first major podcast interview, so I'm excited. And I'm saying I'm glad you're doing it. You're one of the ones that has the harder questions. I'll be watching. And I'm saying we were just watching the Lefty Gunplay one on the way down here.
Let's check this out. Fat G Body Chop 87 Blank says, respectfully, you're not full black, nor do you represent the African American culture. Bruh, it's a difference, G. See, in these type of situations, we should have 5 Bloods, 5 Crips, 5 Hoovers, 5 Pirus to whoop this nigga ass. Nigga, you don't speak for us. You're not a representative of us, but we are so disenfranchised and disunified till you got these type of degenerates that feel like they can come and speak for us. No, nigga, you don't speak for us. Shut your weird ass up. Get back in that motherfucking truck and go handle your motherfucking BI, nigga. You don't speak for us. And if we have to make a decision on what you are or what you're not, we're going to send you over there because we really don't want you over here, my nigga. You don't speak for us. Who the fuck gave you the authorization to validate or not validate something as big, as monumental, as relevant as this? And this motherfucker being a racist, he's a fucking racist. And it is what it is. Oh, well, I benefit from certain people, so if it is any racism going on, I shows ain't seen none. Man, shut your weird ass up, nigga. Hands and feet. I be watching the HG. I be watching Dub. Reg Dog 89 says, I realized Essays was racist when they had a rap group called A Lighter Shade of Brown. Like, what that mean? But they're not brown. Come on, man, they're not brown. They're closer in complexion to white folks than they are to any shade of brown. And if we had to describe them by using some shades of brown, it'd have to be beige or tan, but they're definitely not brown. This is brown. And I love my brown skin, baby. I love my brown skin, and I love my dark skinned sisters. If you dark skinned and you, them dark skinned sisters, man, God damn. Forgive me, y'all. I just had a moment there, but I feel like our dark skinned sisters don't get enough acknowledgement. Our dark skinned sisters don't get enough appreciation. Man, a dark skinned sister. I love chocolate. I love all women. I'm gonna tell you this now. So the brown skin, the fair skin, the light skinned sister, don't think that I'm shading y'all. No. But it's something about a dark skinned sister. Look at me in my eyes. There's something about a dark skinned woman that make me go crazy, baby. I love all women. I love all women. But a dark skinned sister, especially if she know how to talk to you in a way that relaxes you and give you peace. Especially if she know how to massage you. Talk to you like the king, the man that you are, that understands you, that don't try to overtalk you. You know what I mean? That want to come in and be an asset, that believe in you as a leader, that believes in you as a man. And all she want to do is be an asset and give you peace. Oh, baby, what do you need? How do we build this family? How do we start these businesses? How do we get out there and feed the people who are considered less fortunate? Baby, how do we unify on a spiritual level and you be my completion and have me on some, and don't let her be into polygamy. Don't let her understand the concept of polygamy and how it benefits us as a people and as a race. Watch this. A lot of prostitution comes from Caucasian because they had a surplus of women. They have more women than they can marry. So the ones who are considered leftovers, they send them into the brothels and the prostitution houses and all this and all that. But when you go to Africa, our surplus of women, we said she deserved to be married just like she deserves to be married. We can't ostracize and isolate them and so on and so forth. We have to give them love as well. So the African people said, you can have more than one wife. The white people say, no, the leftovers, we gonna prostitute them. We gonna pimp them. You give us money, you go in there and you can degrade them and take out your sexual frustration, your crazy fetishes on them, the surplus. But the African said, no, what we do with ours, we allow a man, if he can take care of 3 wives, we allow him to have 3 wives. If he can take care of 4 or 5 wives, we allow him to have 4 or 5 wives so that they can have families, bear children, and reap the benefits of being under the tutelage and the influence of a man. Anonymous Sovereign says, oh my God, I love dark-skinned women, and I do as well. You understand what I'm saying? But let's get back into the content, man, and I'm going to wrap this thing up. I'm going to bring it to a cessation. You feel what I'm saying? We're going to conclude this in a few minutes. Let's just get into this. That's another video that I am looking for that I would like to share with you. Share with you intelligent people. Roughneck TV, stop. You don't speak for us, big dog. All right, let's see. Hey, did y'all peep this thing that Ray J said? Let's get into this. Okay, this is what the goal is. This is what the ultimate goal is right here. This is one of my aspirations.
Right there, right there, right there.
See several people
right there.
trying to low down from Drake back. Rest in peace to Lil Sody. I'm gonna low down right here. My nigga Family from Backstreet. We all know.
Oh, hey, you.
Yeah, but we keep waiting on challenge.
We are history.
Hey, shout out to my nigga Baby Huey. Man, what Baby Huey at?
Y'all being stingy? No, y'all ain't acting like that with me.
Hey, shout out my nigga Baby Huey. Keep moving, man.
That's right.
I got Crips, Bloods, all right here. This is Africa. You got the A-Tray gangs, all the Rollins, neighborhoods. Compton Crips, Compton Power. You got everybody here on one accord, universal black. Everybody represented.
Exactly.
Shout out to my nigga Baby.
Likewise.
That's what I want to see more of. These type of engagements. I want to see us have the ability to come together in this capacity again and keep it going. Let's make it an ongoing thing. Let's make it a continual thing for us to be able to come together certain events throughout the year. Let's keep the engagement going. Let's open up the lines of communication. I'm gonna play one more video and I am out of here. This is y'all friend Ray J. Some of y'all friend, not this is Ray J. This is what
I have to take
everybody got one.
But girls don't do that.
My shit running. Diddy took my ass. My shit been running ever since. My asshole been open. more than this band ever in my life.
Right.
When I try to fart, my shit come out. It's crazy. Bro, I think, yo.
All right, so can we get through? It's serious. That's all you gotta say. Next time you stuck behind the gate, just say, Diddy made you, like, what'd you say? Diddy,
What you recording me?
No, you.
I told you Diddy took me.
Should I say I have to take
Everybody, you got one.
But girls
Bro,
don't do that.
my shit running. Diddy took my ass.
That's not a joke. And a real man isn't going to joke like that. This is the last video I'm going to play. I want to point something out to y'all.
You go to MacArthur Park, all them vendors is getting taxed, bro.
I mean, Big U was taxing brothers.
Oh man.
Pause. This Hispanic guy shouldn't have said that. Big U was taxing brothers. There's still a federal investigation into the happenings or the actions of Big U, and you got this Hispanic podcaster coming on and said Big U was taxing brothers. How do you know that? Who told you that? What proof do you have that Big U was taxing brothers? Why are you speaking up on that? Because if we spoke upon your elite members and their open investigations in court cases and all that, people will be offended. Why are you speaking on Big U? What proof do you have? If you don't have proof, then shut the fuck up and stop circulating lies. Let's get back into it. And Munchie shouldn't even fed into this shit.
But if it was in the Christian community, Big U is go taxi.
Munchie, when you say shit like that, instead of filibustering, equivocating, and not answering that or speaking on that because it's not your business, and plus it's still an open federal investigation. If it was in the Crenshaw district, then Big U is gonna tax it. You shouldn't say that, big dog. See, now that makes me think that you're actually everything that I say that I suspect you to be on that type of tip. You shouldn't have said that, big dog. Learn when to shut the fuck up and don't say nothing. Let's get back into it. It's a key point that I want to point out to y'all.
Period. It's double standards to everything. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but I think only the people that are in the streets look at shit the way you're looking at it. You think the ordinary black man looks at shit that way, or the ordinary Mexican is worried about any of this bullshit?
I think the ordinary
the gangs.
I think the ordinary Mexican is more looking out for the other Mexican than the black person. Because the Mexicans is taxing other Mexicans.
The same way you guys feel like they say
we don't do that. We don't tax each other, bro.
One black man's another black man's enemy.
There's different structure to everybody's program. Like
no. Or if you go to MacArthur Park, all them vendors is getting taxed, bro. It's not from black people.
There's no black hoods around there.
Okay, but if it was though, like we're not.
Come on,
doing that.
There's no black.
God damn.
Like we can't speak. It's hypothetical.
He said we can't speak. He caught himself. He's about to say we can't speak on that. He said we can't speak, and then he just said it's hypothetical. It's certain situations that they don't have the authorization to speak on because they answer to people up top. And it shows you that there's a certain structure, there's a certain hand that exists in a lot of stuff that's going on. Let's not be ignorant to the fact that if those guys that all these guys respect said, hey, that racial shit, cut it out, chales, no more, then it'll stop. So being that we don't see that, it shows that somewhere somebody is perpetuating this shit, allowing this shit, and giving an authorization for this shit to continue to exist. Because he just showed when they talking about taxing and all this and all that, when it came to them, he didn't want to speak about it. But when it was on Big U, a black man, he spoke about it, and Munchie stupid ass corroborated what he said by saying, "Oh, if it was in the Crenshaw district, then Big U was taxing." And no, the fuck he wasn't. But when it comes time to talk about the vendors in MacArthur Park that's getting taxed and all this and all that, he say we can't speak on that's hypothetically. He was gonna say we can't speak on that. So it shows that they adhere to a certain structure, a certain politic, and a certain governing body that doesn't allow them to do things independently. So when individuals come on here and say this racist ass shit, is because they know that they have the authorization to say it. It's no consequences or ramifications for them being racial either in the streets, in public, and private on the motherfucking internet. And with that, man, I'm gonna rest my case. I step and be blessed. Too black, too strong. We all we need, we all we got. I agree with you, Smooth Groove. Hey, that's my time. Too black, too strong. We all we need, we all we got. Let's live in peace before we be forced to rest in it. Y'all keep your ears on them. Stay vigilant. Like the youngsters say, stay dangerous. Because there's a whole lot of shit going on, and we don't know which one is going to crack first. But one thing that we can rest or bet our bottom dollar on is something that's going to crack. Y'all step and be blessed and stay safe, man. Young Joe, I appreciate you, man. I appreciate you for the continued support and the encouraging words and the constant motivation, man. I appreciate you. Black power, all power to all people. We all we need, we all we got, man. And with that, I'm going to bring this video to a cessation. Somebody going to start saying that. Within the next 7 months, somebody going to pick up on that cessation. Cessation. It means to bring to an end, to conclude. You know what I'm saying? But y'all step and be blessed. But it's your player upon the Shorty McGriff. Love you, Young Joe. I love you, Reg Dog. 8-9. I love you. I love everybody that continuously tune in and support this platform, man. Y'all step and be blessed, man. I am gone. And we're going to conclude it like this.